What's going on? This is Blaine with Riffs, Thrifts, and Jits. Today I am here with my long-awaited Kiesel Aries A6 with the splatter paint job on it. So I made a video about 3 or 4 months ago of I traded a Charvel guitar that I had for a Aries, a Kiesel Aries, and I pretty much fell in love with the guitar right away. So as soon as I played that guitar, I was like, I want to get a custom built to my specs, because the one that I had was a 26.5 inch scale, and that's just a little weird for me to play. It's just not what I'm used to. So I wanted something with a 25.5. Plus I wanted to do a crazy color and just, you know, everything up to my specs. So after 3 months, which really wasn't that long, this is what I got. So basically what I did was I went online on Kiesel's website, and I've seen that a lot of people kind of hate it on the website. It's kind of out of date, which it is, and I saw they posted actually a funny meme about it a couple days ago. So I'm sure they're aware that, you know, there needs to be some updates to the website just to make things a little bit easier and convenient. But at the same time, I really didn't have too much trouble. You know, I was able to go on there and I kind of did a couple quotes for myself to see how much things would cost, you know, different little upcharges and whatnot. And then after doing it a few times, I kind of came out with what I wanted and what I wanted to spend. So this is what I got. Also with the colors, the splatter, I talked to their customer service and had a pretty good experience. You know, made things easy, answered all the questions that I had. So I was very happy about that. Like I said, I think I ordered this September, October, November. It's November now. I think I ordered it in August sometime. August, September, October, November. And they told me that it may be ready in January at some point in time in between me ordering it and now. And, you know, so I was like, man, 5 months. But it wound up only being 3 months, almost exactly. So I was very happy about that. I was pretty surprised, actually, when I got the invoice saying it was about to ship. So I want to go over some of the specs of this guitar. Like I said, I have the splatter paint job, which they do upcharge for that. To me, it was worth it. I love the 80s shredder guitars, and to me, the crackles and splatters are pretty much the epitome of that. You know, so I wanted something really loud, so I went with this lime green, some royal blue, and white, you know, to make it really pop. And then I put this on just a plain jet black, and I mean, it looks awesome. I'm very, very, very happy with how the paint job came out. So, you know, a couple things that I mentioned before about the body on my other one. It's an alder body. It has this. This is like a very, very sleek guitar. You know, it's very thin, but not too thin. It has this nice cutaway. You know, so your arm fits on there really nice. It's very smooth. I really love the bodies of these Aries, and they're, I mean, super lightweight too. So I have my tone knob, my volume knob, and then I went with the hip shot tremolo system. You know, you have a choice of obviously a hardtail, hip shot, and you can get a Floyd Rose. Pretty much almost everything I have has a Floyd Rose, and that's what I'm used to. But I heard a lot of good reviews on these. I like the convenience of this not being locked down, so I don't have to unscrew things at the top by the nut, and it's much easier just to change strings and stuff. It holds tune great. I mean, I'm very happy with it. And I kind of like it's a much simpler look than a Floyd Rose. A Floyd Rose kind of has a lot going on in the back, where this is just a little more sleek looking, you know. And then it has this flat black whammy bar, which is kind of a nice little feature, you know, because everything else I have has like the shiny black. So I kind of like the look of the flat black. So for the pickups, I went with the Kiesel Allen Holsworth pickups. I looked at some reviews and listened to a bunch of people play, and it was the one that kind of stood out to me the most, and I'm very glad I did, because I really, really like the sound of the pickups. They're very crisp. You know, you could really hear the notes, and I just really like that. Plus, you know, I can get some nice squeals and harmonics in there too. So they're hot and they're very sharp too. So I'm very happy with these pickups. So with the fretboard, I went with a roasted maple. My Charvel DK22 has the they call it caramelized maple, and I mean I love the feel and the look of those necks. So funny thing is, this one's different than my Charvel one, which I guess you would expect with you know, different manufacturer, but the grain in this one is just super nice. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to see it on the video, but you can really see all the grain in the wood. It's very, very cool looking. I mean, it's a very, very nice fretboard. I mean, I love the way it feels and I love the way it looks. I went with the staggered offset black dot inlays. I wanted something that would kind of pop, so I went with black so that you can really see it. And I like how it's staggered, because most of the time when you're at the on these higher frets, you're gonna kind of be looking down, so you know, you got your dots at the bottom, and then when you're up here, you're gonna be looking more towards the top. You got your dots toward the top, you know, and it's just a different look than your standard, you know, middle dots. So I have at the top, I got Inlays, so you can see in the dark. That's always a big plus. And then I decided, so you have a choice if you want the headstock to be full paint too, because you could change the headstock if you want like a wood look. I liked it going straight through and matching the body, and you get to pick the Kiesel logo that you want. And I just went with the plain white. So if we look at the back, I really wanted a neck through guitar. I prefer neck through. It's just a much smoother transition getting up to these higher frets, and I feel like you get a little more sustain when you have a neck through. So that's what I went with. But at the same time, I like the feel of a natural, you know, a natural neck as opposed to a painted neck. So that's why I decided to go with that. And I really like actually the contrast between where the paint stops and the neck goes. You know, it just looks really cool to me. And you can kind of feel the paint, but when you play, you don't notice it at all. I mean, it's pretty much non-existent. So I mean, just the paint job on this thing is beautiful. And you can see, you just put the string straight through the back on these hip shots. Super easy, super convenient. So, and then with the back, I went with just a plain maple neck. I like maple, just a simple maple neck, super smooth. And then on the back, I have the Kiesel locking tuners, which they're great. I mean, it's very convenient. You know, you just pull the string through, lock it in there, and you're good to go. So, also I have stainless steel medium jumbo frets. So one thing that I noticed on that other Aries that I had was how easy the guitar was to play. I feel like, you know, I've played a lot of different guitars, and whatever they're doing, I feel like they're making it to where the guitar just plays itself, basically. You know, like, I feel like I put in less effort when I play these guitars, and that's why I kind of fell in love with it right away and knew I needed my own, you know. So I mean, I'm very happy with the look, with the experience of dealing with Kiesel, and just the way this thing sounds and feels and plays. I'm very happy. This is for sure going to be my main guitar for playing live, for recording. I did some recording last night with a friend of mine, and this thing was it was perfect, you know. I wrote a solo just kind of on the spot, and man, this thing, it's a very inspiring instrument, you know, and that's pretty much what you ask for when you buy a guitar. You want something that when you pick it up, you don't want to put it down. You want to continue to play it, and it's going to inspire you to write good stuff, you know. And that's really what I feel when I play this guitar. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of make a video, and I said I was going to make one whenever this came in, and I was so proud of this thing, you know. I wanted to make a video and just kind of show it off, and just kind of tell about my positive experience with Kiesel, the company, and just their guitars and the quality that they're coming out with. And, you know, another thing too, they're in California, so you're getting a USA custom shop guitar made to your specs for much cheaper than some of these bigger brands who, are making amazing guitars as well. But you have a way less time to wait. You have all the specifications you want, and you're paying much less. For something that I've played other custom shops with other brands, and they're amazing guitars. Don't get me wrong, but I prefer this one, and it's cheaper, and it took longer or shorter time to get it. So I mean, to me, it's a win all the way around. So, anyways, appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and do me a favor and like and subscribe, because I'm going to continue to make videos, little lessons, and just talking about guitar, jiu-jitsu, and thrifting. So, yeah, appreciate it. You have a good one.